How is it going to refinance in 90 days? He's not going to be able to refinance. It's bull. Guys, this is bullshit.
I'm not even looking at the property. I know it's bullshit. So he has no similar experience. That's red flag number one.
This guy is a liar. He doesn't want to share information. He's lying to us about everything. Oh. You don't understand. You really don't understand. I'm telling you.
I do understand.
Raj is still a kid.
So if you're a mortgage broker out there, or a loan officer, I highly suggest you find a mentor who has the experience and the success and can teach you the steps. Or otherwise, you're going to be like most of these mortgage brokers out there that have 30 years of experience, but it's really just repeating 1 year 30 times.
It's on the market for 11. He's getting it for 10.5, but it's worth 13.5. It's a big house. It's a
Beautiful house.
It's been working for a while.
232 days for $11 million.
The seller just doesn't want to drag it out. He's really interested in it, but he doesn't want to waste time with a bank loan.
Oh, your horses. You have a horse?
I do have a horse. I have a pony. Trying to turn into a Ferrari soon. No, he's a nice guy. He's not like one of those arrogant guys that we deal with.
I want to show that to my partners to see if I can match that or get you a better rate.
I'm not going to do that, sorry. I'm not going to do that. We opened an escrow on March 16th.
They've been trying to sell it for $11 million for 1 year, and they're not selling it for $11 million. So how it's worth for 13?
It takes a special bar to buy these properties. Not everybody's going to buy it. You know that, right?
I get it, but the thing is, right now, it's for rent for $38,000. So if we doing a hard money loan for $7 million, it's $70,000 a month. It's rented for $38,000, so it's $40,000 short.
No, he's gonna rent it for 120. I just told you. He has connections with Hollywood.
It's listed for rent for $38,000.
And he's got the connections, so he's gonna shoot films in there. That's what he says. So that's what his company does.
People say a lot of things.
Look, I'm gonna send it to one of my investors. You know me, I suspect everyone, including this
But
one.
hold on, but before you send it, you want to talk to him, put him on the phone?
Yeah, but give me 1 second. I'm looking at different things now. He's willing to cross out the properties.
He doesn't have any other property.
Let's put him on the phone. Something is wrong here. He doesn't have properties, and then he's buying a property for $11 million. Are you kidding me?
It's an opportunity for
He's renting an apartment right now.
He doesn't even have his own home.
I'm telling you, I have a feeling that this guy is bullshit. This guy lives like in an apartment, claiming to buy a $10 million property.
Yanni's on point with his assessment.
Because you can get those things.
Okay, yeah, I sent you his name. Look at the package I sent you just now. Hi, it's Roz. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, everything good. So I'm here sitting with one of my investors. We have just a few more questions for you that I forgot to ask you. You have a few minutes?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Good morning to you, sir.
What are you buying this house for?
Plenty of opportunity, mostly because of the short-term rental income that I'm expecting to make out of that place.
How do you know that?
The house is quite popular. The videos of Rihanna and Post Malone, every time they come to town with their entourage, they stay there.
It's a celebrity house. That's what it is.
Downstairs, it has a sound studio, plenty of bedrooms for the entourage, mostly for making the money and expecting the market to get back to normal in about 3 years.
How many of those you have right now?
I'm going to sign one of the largest agencies that they're strictly working with the Hollywood agents. It's not going to be like an Airbnb or Vermo or anything like that.
So my question was different. How many properties you own right now that you do the same
Oh,
thing?
how many do I own? I'm involved in about 5 properties currently. I usually don't use my credit.
Why?
The reason I'm using my credit right now because that was my promise to the seller. I'm guessing in about 60 to 90 days I'll be able to refinance it to a normal, ordinary mortgage.
How's he gonna do that?
Credit is good. I can send you my FICO, so I have a 790 FICO, so my credit is good, but you're not going to see any mortgage under my name.
Oh, I'm not gonna see any mortgage under your name. You are renting right now, right?
I'm renting from somebody, yes. Okay, but it's going to be
Guy's renting and he wants to buy a $10 million property. That's red flag number one.
It's going to be investment property. I'm not going to move into that place.
Yeah, I believe you. So how much you pay rent right now?
My rent is about 20 grand.
20 grand. Where do you live?
Bel Air.
Can you give me the address? Just to check out the house?
I can send you a 1003. You can look me up. My 1003 shows my personal financial statement and all the details. I can show you a copy of my credit report that I just literally pulled a few days ago. I already have a couple of offers.
Also, you have other lenders that want to this loan too, right?
Yes.
So what other offers do you have out there? What are you looking from us?
My offer currently that is solid is 7% LTV, 2.75 points to the broker, no prepayment penalty, and it's a 12-month term.
And what's the rate?
9.25.
Oh my God. So you have 9.25 right now?
Yeah, I do. I can show it to you. I can show you LOI.
I believe you. Who's the company that gave you 9.25?
I don't want to mention it.
Uh-huh.
What difference does it make?
That's really good rate today because conventional
Yeah.
loan you get like around 8%. So they're willing to do 9% hard money. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's 9.25. It's good. Yeah.
So much I can say about this.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that we just quoted a loan for somebody, 8.99. So these rates do exist.
Too much money in this city.
I would like to see the LOI you have from the other lender for 9.25, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Can you please send it to me?
No, I'm not going to send it to you.
You know, the people who really have it are very forthcoming. They don't have anything to hide.
I'll send it to you once I sign it. If you want to send me a proposal, I'll be happy to look at it. Once you have confirmation for funding, I'll send you a copy just to show that I'm being upfront and transparent.
You know that loan that we just closed, the third for this guy? He has a first that expired. So we're trying to see if we can extend it or refi for him. This guy?
Is it a bank or a private person?
It's like a private money hedge fund, your people. He's willing to do a refi for that because the extension, they want 3 points for 6 months. Or if they do a refi, they'll charge him 1 point at 8.99.
$5 and they don't close at 8.99.
If they choose to do the refi. But they will do the refi thing. Why would they pay 3 points for 6 months extension?
Is it a long-term loan or a bridge loan?
1 year. No prepay. These rates exist. You just have to find them. That's all. There's investors that are doing them. I'm telling you.
It's not gonna close.
No, I know you're transparent. The thing is, I want to show that to my partners to see if I can match that or get you a better rate.
I'm not going to do that, sorry.
He already said he would send him the quote.
Yeah, I do. I can show it to you. I can show you LOI.
And then he says, I'm not gonna do it. This guy's bull. I would have hung up the phone already.
It's not right. You wouldn't do that either. It's not right.
Actually-
but give me a bit still. Like I said, I honest to God.
Trust me, on my mother, you know, on my kids. Shut up. Whatever. When I hear that, I'm like, okay, yeah, you got it. Yeah. Well, send it over if you can. If, you know, we'll see what we can do. Have a great day. Kid rocks. Bye. Go forward. People who are new, it'll work on them. Now, don't go to the trouble because he's not really getting 8.99. That's what he wants.
We opened an escrow on March 16th. That's when the purchase agreement was signed. Chanel is a dear friend of a dear friend. And I just wanted to give her the opportunity because and you don't have to beat the rate, you know, even match it or something.
So here's the thing. When he said you only have to match it, you don't have to beat it. What he's telling Yanni is he's telling him what he wants. He's not telling him what he has. If he had what he wants, really, he would have taken it. What's stopping him from taking that loan? And why is he, if that's what he wants, and if he just wants it matched, no, I've had that people tell me, hey, you know, my lender right now is giving me an 8.99 on my fix and flip. Oh, really? Who is it? Well, I'd rather not say. Just like him, I would say, okay, well, if you can show me a letter of intent that shows that, maybe a term sheet, something I could present to my investors. Well, I'll see if I'll see if I can send it. Never hear from them again. They constantly tell you something, so you would go out of your way to match it, or say, hey, let me beat it. Send me this. No, they're all fake.
Give me something. Give me more money. Give me some rehab money. Do something if you want. It's not just give me the proposal and then I'll consider it. I'm not married to anybody.
And if this guy got his 9.25, why is he even talking to Yanni?
My rate is going to be 11 or 12%.
Okay.
But if I can show an LOI to my partners that you have for 9.25, I can push them to match it.
Okay, let me talk to my people. Let me talk to my team. And then I'll get back to you.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Of course.
Bye-bye. He's bull. He's lying.
Maybe he's going to a hedge fund.
Nobody's gonna do it for 9.25. Nobody's gonna do it. Period. The guy doesn't own a house. He's renting.
Oh, he
his
owns-
credit has nothing in his credit. How's he gonna refinance in 90 days?
That's what I said. How's he gonna refinance?
He has 720 credit score.
Forget about the credit score. The depth of the credit.
720 credit score. That doesn't mean
Did you see the depth of the credit? It's empty.
He doesn't have much credit. That's right.
How is he gonna refinance in 90 days? He's not gonna be able to refinance. It's bull.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I didn't even know he was gonna say that.
Guys, this is bull.
I'm not even looking at the property. I know it's bullshit.
This guy is a liar. He doesn't want to share information. He's lying to us about everything, though. You don't understand. You really don't understand. I'm telling you.
I don't.
Raj is still a kid. I don't want to deal with
Still a kid.
it. Find a lender if you think it's good. It's a lot of money. It's crazy. It's stupid.
Yeah.
If you can find a lender to it, you're gonna surprise
How much
me
money
big
put
time.
down?
30. I'm telling you, there's something not good in this deal.
There's plenty not good in that deal.
I can read between the lines.
Yeah, it's easy to read between that.
You can. I can.
I'm trying to figure out what could be not right with this deal.
He's a professional joker.
I'm gonna close this deal. I'm gonna prove him wrong.
Let's go ask him how it's going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish. Please close it.
Date on the deal.
The deal got lost because he lost the purchase.
So first off, Yanni's really on point. Yanni's been doing this for 20 years, so he can see through the BS, he can see through the line. Plenty of red flags here. One of the first things you want to talk about when presenting a deal to any lender is the experience of the borrower. Do they have similar domain experience? Have they done what they're trying to do before? This borrower is buying what, a $10 million property? It's a freaking mansion. I haven't even looked at it, but he's buying $10 million. On his loan application, he's renting his primary and he doesn't own any other real estate. So he has no similar experience. That's red flag number one. Number two, he said he has a quote from another lender at 70% LTV and 9.25% rate. What's wrong with that? Well, number one, doing 70% LTV on a $10 million luxury mansion is pretty unheard of unless you go to a bank that's comfortable with you. Hard money lenders are not going to lend more than 65 LTV on any purchase for that matter, especially if the loan is over $5 million or the property is over $5 million. They're probably only going to lend 50, 55, maybe 60%. And secondly, their rate is not going to be 9.25%. It's going to be 9.99, 10.99, 11.99. I think his quote is total BS. Like, it's just not even real. And I can tell it's not real because at the beginning of the video, he said he was going to send it. And then at the end of the video, he's like, oh, I'm not going to send it. What's the problem there? He doesn't actually have a quote. If he had a quote for 9.25% rate on hard money at 70 LTV on a $10 million property, I wouldn't be calling any other lenders. I would go forward, I would sign the term sheet, and I would go with that lender. But this guy doesn't have any experience. He's BSing about the quote that he has and the exit strategy. Like, he doesn't have a clear exit strategy. He's saying that he can rent it out for $38K a month, but like Yanni said, the payment's gonna be $70K a month. So that's not gonna work. How is he gonna refinance out of this hard money loan? Well, he's gotta get a bank loan. He doesn't wanna go from hard money loan to hard money loan. That's expensive. He's gotta get a bank loan. How do you qualify for a bank loan? It's tough. You gotta have DTI, you gotta have solid income. This is obviously a VS deal. Like, I wouldn't waste any time on it unless the borrower said, hey, I'm gonna put 50% down payment. Here's a tenant that is going to rent it out, and this is the price they're renting it out. Here's my other income so I can cover it in case something happens, and here's how I'm gonna qualify for a bank loan. That's the only way I would spend time on it. Most loan brokers out there and most other loan officers can't pick up what Yanni and I just described, what's wrong with this deal. And a big part of that is they don't have good mentors to teach them how to look for the cracks in deals, how to look for the inconsistencies. The biggest waste of time in this business is trying to fund deals that are just not doable and not good. And you have to be able to quickly recognize when deals are not reasonable or not doable. It's exciting to think of massive loan amounts, right? But you could spend a month wasting your time on a deal that's not gonna fund. This deal isn't gonna fund for the reasons that I said earlier. And I'm lucky that Yanni is my mentor and taught me how to look for these things in deals so I don't spend time on the wrong deals. So if you're a mortgage broker out there, or a loan officer, I highly suggest you find a mentor who has what you want, who has the experience and the success, and can teach you the steps that you can accelerate your learning curve and succeed quicker. Otherwise, you're gonna be like most of these mortgage brokers out there that have 30 years of experience, but it's really just repeating 1 year 30 times.